crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. You ever notice how coffee tastes a little better when you're hodling? It's like you're sitting in your warm room with the fire going, watching the idiots manipulate your investments, watching the regulators stand by and say, I know nothing. At the same time, they're saying, I'm tamping down the silver price. Or I'm tamping down the silver price. And you got Chris Giancarlo, the old head of the CFTC, saying, we, in 2017-18, we had to stop the Bitcoin price. We ripped apart the Bitcoin investor. His daughter was an investor. I'll guarantee you he told her beforehand that, hey, you better get out of cryptos. We're going to take it down. Of course, they can't take it down. That's the whole beauty of cryptos. Decentralization. But they can do a lot to slow down the rise. Yes, cryptos are the future. Silver, on the other hand, is a manipulated asset that is... Here's where we are in silver. Oh, wait. First, let's talk about the website. Josh has finished the first iteration. This is pretty much how it's going to look. And it's really cool, really clean lines, shit like that. We're going to get dates on everything. And yeah, it looks awesome. Go check it out, roadtoroot.com. Make sure you are a subscriber to the free public road updates. People were bitching at me, Bix, you're not putting out enough lately. I don't see your videos. I'm like, I put out some almost every day, either written or on YouTube. Maybe take a weekend off here and there. Yes, I was kicked off YouTube for a little while. I'm back on now for now. All my friends are getting kicked off. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you start messing with people's freedom, you're gonna get a backlash. All our friends over at in the social media networks, you're gonna get a backlash, and it's not gonna be pretty. I heard Jack Dorsey is one of the psychics said Jack Dorsey's gonna step down soon. So, Twitter guy, we'll see. But they said it was all about him making billions and billions of dollars off his cryptos. Which we all are. If you're in cryptos, you already know that. Yes, they can hold the price down. Yes, there's no such thing as fair market value in cryptocurrencies. The unregulated market, they even say it's unregulated. So the people who regulate can get in there and rig the markets. So the big money, their friends, can take over cryptocurrencies. It's sad, but it's the world we live in. All right. Let's take a quick look at the website. Right at the beginning, we have the latest video on YouTube comes up. Then we go right into 2 videos on what the Road to Root theory is. Goes through the information out of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston I discovered in 2007. That there are good guys long before the 17th letter of the alphabet. I was talking about the good guys at the Fed. How Alan Greenspan did it all on purpose. He inflated the money supply on purpose, trying to destroy the dollar to get back to a gold standard at the time. This was before cryptocurrencies. 2008 was the big try to get us back to a sane monetary system. And we were like literally minutes away. All Congress do it was say no to the bailout. When Hank Paulson came to Congress, all they had to do was say no to get their freedom back, our freedom back. And they did if you remember, the first go round, Congress denied the bailout. Stock market dropped by 50% and all hell broke loose. And then they started printing money like it's going out of style. We had our chance. We're going to get our chance again. Hopefully this September, October, where they go to Congress and say, oh my God, the repo market's gone crazy. The stock market's falling. Cryptos are going through the roof. Gold and silver are going through the roof. We need a bailout. We need to stop this madness. That's our shot. Will we kick the can down the road like we've been doing for the past over 100 years? Odds say yes. I don't think so, though. The Road to Root documents, everything that's going on, the awakening of silver manipulation, the awakening of crypto manipulation. Gotta love all the people who invested in Dogecoin. They are learning a real fast lesson that Fair market value does not equal fair market value. There are people within the government and the banks who are rigging every single market, every single day, every single trade. There is no such thing as free markets. Anyway, go through the road to Ruta theory. It shows how Alan Greenspan set up the first computer programs to rig the markets in the 60s and 70s, working for Arthur Burns, the head of the Fed. Later in the 80s, Reagan kicked off the massive money printing with Star Wars. It was all about destroying the dollar. And the manipulation took an evil turn when the Bush family took it over with the Clinton family, and it's got ugly. Trump came on and did a lot, almost ended the whole game when they rung up JP Morgan on RICO charges. And then it was dropped because JP Morgan backed down on destroying the system. JP Morgan was trying to take out Trump. Did they take out Trump? I don't think so. I think the people, I don't think he's running the show. I think the military is running the show right now behind the scenes. Who knows? Oh, that's conspiracy theory, Bix. They said that when I called out Enron. That's conspiracy theory, Bix. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Why are you talking about that stuff? Absolutely 100% true. I know it from day one. So, yeah, that's what we do on Road to Ruta, and then we go into the Road to Ruta letters, which is all the free stuff. They're organized in columns now. It's really cool looking. Go check it out. And then the private road is for members. Now, to be a member, a lot of Jenny Moonstone readings. She does a great job. I have a theta price speculation graph, which I think is going to come true still. Now, I want to tell you a little story about theta. Let's go over to where the theta price is. Theta is trading at $4. I rode theta from 20 cents down to $4 or 4 cents. That was a big move down. The most theta I ever bought was under 10 cents. Equating that, you might say, oh my God, if I knew then and what I know now. Well, you know now. You know theta is going well over $1,000 per token. Well over $1,000 per token. And it's gone from 16 down to 4 again. So what do you think my recommendation is? They have done everything they needed to do, theta, and they so much more this year. Wait till Tom Brady comes out and says, yeah, buy theta. Wait till Katy Perry, crazy but very popular pop star, has her concert in Vegas in December when she's using T-Fuel. They're doing NFTs on Katy Perry. Katy Perry, one of the biggest pop stars in the world. Hundreds of millions of people. Well, she'll be screaming Theta's name and T-Fuel's name. The T-Fuel ratio right now is at 16-1. Will it go 5-1 like it was created? Or probably 6.5-1 because they're making more T-Fuel. And right now, because only 39%, by the way, these numbers keep going up. 39% of the theta is staked. You're making more by staking T-Fuel, of T-Fuel is staked. 64.4% of theta is staked. Remember, these are going to go up to 90, 95%, maybe close to 100%. And there'll be no, even though theta will trade millions of theta tokens per week, there won't be any available. That's a recipe for a huge spike takeoff. That's where we get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Might take $10,000 theta in a matter of years. Like within something reasonable, like 5 years, say, $10,000 theta. And today you can buy it for $4. You can buy T-Fuel for 25 cents. And yes, I do think that ratio will come in below 10. So you'll make more right now investing in T-Fuel and staking it because you can make more T-Fuel on the stake. So yes, it absolutely. But you're saying, oh my God, they can slam the price down to $2. Sure, they could have slammed the price down to 2 cents back in the day when I was buying. It's hard to buy when it's low. It's easy to buy when it's high, and then you get sad about it going down. Yes, cryptos take 90% drops. Some drop to nothing. Theta is not dropping to nothing. It is necessary for the future of the internet. Think about that. Yes, they are rigging it. Yes, it will end. When it does, You're going to be thanking your lucky stars you bought at $4. Just like I thanked my lucky stars I bought at 4 cents. It was actually 10 cents or so. Now remember, if you sell theta to swap into theta fuel, theoretically that's a taxable event. If you do it in your self-directed IRA, it's not a taxable event, it's a deferred tax event. Not until you retire. That's what I like to do. If you have questions about this, contact Perpetual Assets, perpetualassets.com. Ask for Will Laird and say, hey, Will, set me up with a self-directed IRA. And then you can do that. Non-taxable, deferred tax crypto trading. All right, back to silver. Let's talk about what's going on with silver right now. The technicals have broken down because they pierced the 200-day moving average. Technicals are a joke. I'm sorry, all you technical traders. Technicals are a joke. They are used by the cabal to force price drops so they can cover their shorts. That's all they're good for. As a matter of fact, the largest rigging company in the world, a company called Virtu Financial, used to be called EWT LLC. EWT stood for Elliott Wave Theory. Elliott Wave Theory, all you technical traders know that. They use that against you to just steal your silver, make you sell when you should be buying, make you buy when you should be selling. Right now, right here, they pierced the 200-day moving average. Boom, cover. Now jump back up. Your price downside risk to silver right now is maybe $1 or $2, maybe, with an upside of unlimited dollars. What is the silver gold ratio? What should it be? There's one thing that says it's 69.70 to 1. That's price. Everything else says it should be 7 to 1. I was looking at the numbers for total ETF investments. For gold, it's about 200 billion. For silver, it's 30 billion. What is that ratio? I think I did the calculations. It's 6.66666 to 1. Another verification that the silver gold ratio is so far out of whack at 70 to 1. Imagine $200 million, $200 billion, 200 million, 200 billion. $200 billion is invested in gold ETFs. And $30 billion is invested in silver ETFs. Imagine if $200 billion of gold investors said, oh my God, everything I like about gold, I love in silver. I'm going to swap my $200 billion in gold ETFs for, how much would they get? They get $200 billion, but hey, it wouldn't be the same price. Silver would skyrocket immediately to $2,000 to be 1 to 1. 1 to 1 is the proper ratio of the gold-silver ratio. Why? Because number one, there's massive amounts of gold, more gold than they've ever told you about. But number two, and most important, silver's used absolutely necessary industrial applications. That's why the banks hate it so much. It's got that dual use. If it was just money, they'd love it. You know, they could store it and hide the real thing like JP Morgan's doing right now. They could pay off the regulators. Watch where Rustin Benham goes after he leaves the CFTC. I'll guarantee you he's going to a bullion bank. Or he'll go the same way of Michael Dunn. Michael Dunn, Mr. Magoo of the CFTC, went to the DTCC. He was put in charge of the vault at 55 Water Street right before Hurricane Sandy, and he left the door open. So it flooded $33 trillion worth of certificates, including all the paper silver swaps that were just put there the month before by him. That's the kind of criminality that goes on in America, in our financial institutions. That's what's absolutely needs to end. When the CFTC comes out and opens their mouth. By the way, they forged some numbers on the Commitment of Traders report 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Ted Butler was talking about it. They faked numbers for 2 weeks. They said that the top 4 commercial shorts, the big criminals had sliced down 5,000 contracts off their short position, which was not true, which is 30 million ounces, which was not true. It was a lie. 2 weeks later, it was back up there. It would have been the largest decline in concentration ever. But they lied. The CFTC lied, changed the numbers back, and didn't say a word about it. That's how criminal these guys are. This is your government. You're paying their salary to help assist in rigging the markets. I get JP Morgan is a criminal bank. Their job is to rob, steal, and take your money. The CFTC is the regulator of that bank. The CFTC is, I think it's over $120, $130 million budget every year. For what? We pay those assholes to do nothing, to cover up the manipulation. It's insane. Anyway, silver, yeah, absolutely. Dollars to the downside, hundreds of dollars to the upside. Where are you going to invest your money? Get physical silver. Don't play the games. I get how PSLV, the Wall Street silver guys love PSLV because it's better than SLV. They're both paper contracts. Yes, I love PSLV too, but I wouldn't ever hold any silver there. Why? Because you don't own it. You're sticking it into a socialist country that will obviously confiscate all that silver. Obviously. At some point. Is that point coming up in the next couple months? Maybe. Can they place the price of silver at negative $40 like they did in gold? Absolutely. It's a click of a mouse. Are they going to? I don't think so. I don't care. I'm a stacker. I'm a hodler. I get my physical silver from my local silver shop or from Andy Scheckman over at Miles Franklin. If you don't have a local shop, send to Andy an email. Say, hey, I need to buy physical silver. Bix told me to contact you. His email is Andy, A-N-D-Y, at milesfranklin.com. One of the greatest guys out there in the silver world. And he's great to talk to. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call him this week and we're going to have a chat. Andy Scheckman, Andy at milesfranklin.com. Get your silver now. Again, dollars to the downside, maybe minus 20 in a blink of an eye like in silver. What's silver now? What happened to minus 20? These criminals are just ridiculous, and it's obvious to everyone in the world. You want to see something even more pathetic? Remember that big silver month? Look at all the data. First of all, the data was lied about. The CFTC helped assist the bankers in one of the biggest lies yet. So July turned out to be one of the worst delivery months when it was supposed to be the biggest. Remember that? Because open interest was way up there. They lie. All these numbers are a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Look at the total. Here we go. Total silver deliveries. It's right at the bottom. 6,000 contracts. One of the smallest months, definitely the smallest delivery month this year. This was supposed to be the big month because all the data leading up to the final day was saying, oh my God, look at all the deliveries. Now let's look at who played the shell game. Oh, look at that. Citigroup. Good old Citigroup had to pony up almost 5 million ounces of silver. Citigroup. The next biggest is, of course, JP Morgan's customer. Who is JP Morgan's customer? Look at it. JP Morgan's customer literally controls a vast amount of the silver market. Why isn't JP? It used to be JP Morgan last year. Why not anymore? Because it's part of the plea deal. You have to get shell customers, but you can still rig the market, says the CFTC and the DOJ. Jamie Dimon belongs in jail. There is no doubt in anybody's mind. If it's not for silver rigging, it's for repo rigging. If it's not for repo rigging, it's for mortgage-backed security rigging. If it's not for that, it's for credit default swaps. You just go down the line with the criminality of that son of a bitch. And he wanted to run for president. That's the only reason he didn't convert to Judaism. Did you know that? His whole family is Jewish. To be the head of a banking group, you must be Jewish. Nothing against Jewish people at all. The facts are the facts. That was the fact. And Jamie Dimon said, I can't convert to Judaism, my lovely wife and family, because I want to be president of the United States, and a Jew can't be president, supposedly, in his mind. The way these people work, I don't even know what the hell. It's not un-American. I can tell you that. It is completely un-American. And I'm sick and tired of un-American people running our country. The number 2 at the Treasury, I talk about with Jenny Moonstone, is a dual citizen. So sad. Hopefully, behind the scenes, what is going on is what I think is going on. The good guys are still in charge. The facade of the fake front, a fake front of what we call the Biden administration is just that, fake. There's lots of things pointing to that. Anyway, as they slammed silver this morning, the exact same moment, bang, they slammed Bitcoin, bang, but they're able to hold Bitcoin down. Why? Because you can sell 1 billion Bitcoin in a second and not tell anybody, and it's all fake. Look at the volumes in Bitcoin. It's just trading volume. $20 billion was traded. You got tethers out there, which is complete fake. You got phony trades at all the exchanges. It's just sick and sad. What happened to somebody walking up to an exchange saying, hey, I have this asset and you have this money. Let's swap them, and that's the price. Why do you need a derivative market? Why do you need futures, options, swaptions, all that bullshit? Unless it's just to rig the price. All that is going away. As Nostradamus said, imitations of gold and silver get tossed into the lake. That's what he was talking about, the derivative market imploding. And that happens in the Bitcoin price, all derivatives. Let's just take a look. Let's look at market. You got a Bitcoin, you hit market. Where does Bitcoin trade? On Binance, the world's #1 criminal exchange, has 7% of the volume. USDT, that's Tether. That's just sad. Just sad. What do you do? Bitfinex, huge criminal exchange. They're all fake trades. Look at these volumes. 24 hours, 1.3 billion. That's bullshit. It's all bullshit. The whole thing is bullshit. Get your assets, get them in your own possession, wait for the crash, and you'll be fine. Sip your coffee. Cheers to that. Let's take a look and see if Theta dropped under $4. It reminds me a lot. This does remind me a lot back when I was looking at Theta dropping from 20 cents to 4 cents. Because Theta has dropped from $16 to $4. Oh, it's holding above $4. You want to get rich, you want to retire early, buy as much Theta and Theta Fuel as you can and stake it. Buy Theta Fuel right now and stake it, because you're going to get 7% return, 8.3% APR on staking Theta right now. And it's like half of that staking Theta Fuel, half of that with staking Theta. Anyway, again, go to roadtoroto.com. Check out the new website. It's very cool. We're still working on it, but really cool. And hit subscribe today, and we will, for one year subscription, less than $1 a day, we will send you the coolest silver coin ever invented. Look at that thing. It's rooted jumping up and down on a silver brick road. If you don't know what that means and how important it is to humanity, go back to roadtoroto.com right at the front page here, and you can check it out. What is the Road to Roto theory? Right here. There's 2 videos that describe the whole thing. Again, free subscription to the public road. We'll be sending you emails almost daily with stuff. And then we post on YouTube other stuff. And then we go on the private road for even cooler stuff. And I do have on the private road where is it? Right here. The price speculation graph maps out where I think the price is going this year. We're back on track. It ran up too high, and then I changed the graph. I got rid of that old graph. It came down. We're right where we're supposed to be. 2 months delayed. So you shift it all 2 months. Boom, that's what we have. Yes, it is the best time to buy assets in your own possession. Physical silver in your own possession. Cryptos in your own possession. Absolutely. You want physical cryptos? You can do that with paper wallets. It's all mindset. But now is the time to get, right now, what am I buying? Theta Fuel. And silver, obviously. I try to buy silver every week. It doesn't have to be huge, just keep stacking every week. It's like hodling. It's the same thing. You're going to hold on for dear life, except silver, you're looking at maybe $1 or $2 to the downside with a crash of the system, and either tens or hundreds of dollars to the upside potential. I would say thousands of dollars. I think at some point silver will go 1-to-1 with gold. That's where it should be, because there's 6 billion ounces of gold above ground and there's 6 billion ounces of silver. And silver keeps getting consumed like a madman. Anyway, this is Bix Weir. RoadToRuin.com. I'll talk to you later.